Hi, I'm Stella Luna, and what is your name?
My name's Julie Gilden. It's really Julia. They call me Julie.
This video is to share with Bridge artists and others to connect with Bridge, that are connected with Bridge. I am from the Minecraft Tribune, so I'm just gonna
Minecraft. I love Minecraft.
and I'm just gonna ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to make your art?
Well, I grew up in a family where we just made art. It's just what we did, and so I think what inspired me would be things like little stories that I could tell somehow with this rock and this piece of wood or something. You know, just anything that you could pick up and make it tell a story would be interesting to me. And I also always loved colors, so I love putting colors next to each other and shapes, just to experiment, you know. And I like making maps, so I would just always make maps and track ways like that. So I used to do that with my brother. We would do it together. My brother had polio when he was 6, so that really slowed him down. And so we had a lot of projects that we always did.
How long have you been in Bridge Arts, and what do you like about it?
I think I've been here a couple of years, actually. Since her friend might be coming in. So, what do I like about it? Well, I like that it's peaceful and there's no pressure. You don't feel like you have to compete with anybody or produce anything in particular, and so that's the best way that I work. I don't like pressure. I really just don't like pressure.
What do you like about being an artist?
You know, to be honest, I don't know that I like anything about being an artist. I don't know that you get to choose being an artist. I think people just are artists, you know. And well, what do I like about it? Sometimes I see things differently than other people do, and it's not always hard. It's not always easy to explain to them, you know, how I see something and try to get them to see it the way I see it. So maybe that's an art. That's kind of, you know. But on the other hand, I think that when you're an artist, you open other people's eyes to seeing things in really interesting ways. So I like that about it a lot.
Could you possibly walk around and talk about some of your favorite pieces?
Okay. Well, this one right over here. This piece here is, I love water, and this was taken in Hawaii. And what I loved about it then, and I still do, is that you can't really tell where the water begins and ends. It's very subtle, right? If you didn't see the fish swimming underneath there, you wouldn't know that it was water. So I love that about it. And I like it that people think it's a painting. So I like about that one. This one here is, when I lived on a boat, I would just take my camera and point it into the water, and water has no color. It just reflects light. And it reflects whatever light is around it. So it could be blue or it could be green. Where I lived, there was a lot of green around. So, and also water has different layers, which I saw. You can see how the darkness and the lightness and the shape, you can see how having color enables you to see the shape of the water, which is fascinating to me, right? Then I like this one down here because this is where water meets earth and all of the interesting things that go on in that meeting. You know, it's like a big dance. It's like every single time the seaweed, you know, gets pushed around by the water, and the rocks get moved a little bit. It's like they do this little dance together, and I love that. And then I love these dancers up here because they are lost in their dance. And at this moment, they happen to be building a sculpture together, which they are not even especially aware of. They are just moving through space and in and out of each other's dreams and imaginings. So I think that's pretty magical about that one, the way they move together. So one day I was driving on the freeway, and I was driving in the East Bay, and I passed this amusement park, traveling amusement park, and I saw this ride called Evolution. And I thought that's really interesting, so I drove home all the way to Sausalito, and I picked up my camera and I went back there. And so I got all these, this fascinates me because of the dead tree right here. Evolution, where are we going, right? So I think this is a really good story, this particular one. I don't know if you agree.
Well, I agree.
Here's this one here, Evolution. They all have evolution in them. And this one here, we've got all these crazy rides and these people, and Evolution's a ride. So down here's the bottom part. I have no idea what's going on down there. And what do you think about this one here?
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Looks like it makes the dinosaur look really big, or not the dinosaur, but the dragon.
Yeah, and it's like
He's
evolution.
yeah.
I don't know, it's just funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I have those, and then let's see, here's one more of them. And these are kind of interesting right here. So in Oakland, there is a facility in downtown Oakland where the post office does some distributing of its mail, and the whole area is surrounded by trees, big trees. And in the trees, these egrets are nesting, big egrets, giant egrets. And they had a tree trimmer come, and he was trimming all these branches, and all the babies were falling out of the trees, and the eggs in the nests. So there was a big gathering of the artists, and they had this sidewalk art festival to bring attention to the egrets. And I was going by there a couple days later, and I saw them, and I just thought they would be good pictures. So I have those. And then here's an experiment that I made. This experiment is, these are called terns. It's little turns over the water. So I don't usually do a lot of photoshopping with my photos, but in this case, I changed the color of the water, and I made everything kind of postery looking, abstract. And then I painted on it a little bit just to experiment to see what that would be like. What do you think?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's popular. I think I should take it out and frame it,
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I haven't given enough respect to this image here. It was fun to do, I have to say that. So all the rest of these are dance images. I have been working with Anna Halprin for a number of years, and these are dancers from her advanced classes, almost all of them. This one is not. This is my son and his band. It's West African music. This is my son right here. But all the rest of these are dancers. And what's interesting to me is motion and relationship. Those are the two things that are interesting to me. I notice that in a lot of the ones that I've taken, that it seems like people are reaching for something. They're just reaching, which is so, they're reaching from their back. It's not just their hands that are reaching. So I find that really interesting, that they reach from their core, and you see it in these kinds of images. So that's my story.
Well, Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thanks.